Hey
Oh,
Will, how are you?
I'm very good indeed, Ron. How's it going with you? So tell me about this horse this week. Thanks
So,
everybody for joining us. Is that there, by the way?
yep. So I worked him. I worked him a couple times where I rode him, and then he was still really sticky,
Yeah.
and like Marty say, like a brick. So I got off and I lunged him, and that's the way we ended. And then the last time I rode him, because I lunged him 2 days after I rode him a couple days, he was actually pretty good. So I was able.
Good.
It took a minute to get him there, but once I got him there, he still protested a little bit, did a little kick outs here and there. But once I was able to get him to the tempo, he seemed pretty well.
Good. Okay.
So
Well, let's pick it up with the lunging then.
okay, sounds good. Come on, Duke, you gotta wake up now. Come on, buddy.
And that should generally just, if he's sticky today, I mean, and on, every day that he is, you get off and you finish with him active like that for as long as it takes. Eventually, he'll come around.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll come around. I have full faith.
They always do in time.
I cleaned my saddle this weekend. It's all nice and shiny.
Very nice.
Knocked everything over. Yeah, and the weather, like I was saying earlier, has been pretty fantastic. This is one of the nicest falls we've had in a long time.
That's great.
Being warm and
Well, it's
not a
funny
lot.
with my horses because I'm looking at yours. My horses this year are so hairy. I mean, they must know they're going to Oregon, I guess, because they've never had the length of coats that they have on them this
Yep.
year.
Some
And
people,
same thing here. I mean, normally here it's now getting down to 40 at night, but it's still getting up into 75, 80 in the daytime. I like how he's just starting right off there with a nice little clip going. Very good. Very nice. Ask for just a little bit more activity out of him. If we keep getting that spring out of him. I'll go ahead and move on down the ring a little bit, so you're just kind of gradually moving the circle down. Good. Now ask him to lengthen down the next long side. So start asking him to go now, so you're up, keep up with him. Up a little bit, like that. Good. Now back onto a circle here again. Just getting freer all the time. Good. And lengthen going down again. And back onto a circle again. Didn't lengthen much that time, but that's all right. Back onto a circle, getting a little more stretch out of him again. There we go.
That's a good boy. Oh.
And then go ahead and lengthen again down the long side. See if we can get a little more out of him this time. A little tap with your whip. Keep it going. There, a little more. There, good, good, good. That's better. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And back into the stretch again on the circle. Good. That's getting better. There we go. Good. Starting to get a better swing through his back there. Good. Go ahead and go large again, and again lengthen from here, coming out of this corner. That was better that time. There we go. That's more like it. Much better. So you got rounder as you went that time. Now again, circle here.
Come on.
That's for just a little bit more power out of it. It's kind of lugging onto the front end a little bit. We'll go good. And again, lengthening down the next one side. Good. Much better that time. Very nice. Very nice. Stayed over his top line that time. And back onto a circle again. And let him come back to a walk and halt wherever you like there in reverse.
And walk. Walk on. And who? Come on, bud.
So that was really nice, that last one. You notice the last lengthening, how he stayed over his top line. He didn't bring his head up. Kept, in fact, and came through from behind in the lengthening. Very nice. Just a little bit more there. Good there. And go ahead and lengthen up the long side. Really good there. And onto a circle again. Kind of brought his head up. Didn't do much lengthening there. And again, back into the stretch on the circle there again. And go ahead and do that again down the next long side. Coming up here. Start to push him now. A little tap of the whip. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm fast enough to run alongside a canter.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Just let him come back on the circle. That's all right. Like, and go ahead and let him come back to a trot again.
And trot. And trot. Yeah, you feel better?
Yeah, I didn't find that stretch again there. There. Now go ahead and lengthen again down the next long side. It was too crooked. That's all right. And back to a trot again.
And trot. And trot. And trot. That's it.
Just go and let him find the stretch again before we try that again.
That's a good boy.
That's it.
It's like, I thought you wanted to run with me, Dad.
Yeah. Go ahead and try that again, but don't try to push it much. Just let it go down the long side. There we go, like that. So he gets over that. There we go. Good. And then go ahead and stretch him again in the circle here again. Much better. There we go. Good. Keep that. Keep that. Good. Now go ahead and ask him to canter.
Okay. I thought you were going to have me run with him again.
No, now it's time to canter.
Canter. I think he heard you, Will.
Yeah. Good. Very nice. And let him come back to a trot again.
And trot. And trot. That's it.
Good. Let him find that stretch again. Good there. And let him walk.
And walk. And walk. Walk on.
Good. I'm ready to go to sleep. Go ahead and halt and put the side rein the upper position.
Switch the side reins.
Yeah, switch side reins to the upper position.
Okay, bud. Follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Stand there. Good boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, he certainly stands there nicely.
Yes. I think
He's a very good gentleman.
right now it is.
Yeah, right now.
He's doing a better job, for sure. I'm able to pick his feet without him moving around like a maniac, and so he's getting good ground manners, for sure. Okay, buddy. Move out.
He wants to go. Go ahead and let him. That's a surprise.
Well, that's his typical.
Yeah. He wakes himself up all of a sudden.
He's trying to psych me out a little bit.
Yeah. So just let him canter for a minute.
Duke, you're just tearing up the floor. Stop.
He does it.
And trot.
Go ahead and ask him back to the truck.
And trot. And trot.
Anything how they can suddenly wake up when they want to. Very nice. There. Just keep letting that slow down a little bit as you begin to push his hindquarters out a little bit more.
And trot. There you go.
Good boy.
That's a good boy.
That's like it. There we go.
There you go. You got it. Remember we had this conversation the other day, Duke?
Yeah. Very nice, right there.
Yeah, I was talking to him when I was riding him the other day, and he settled right in. And his ears went forward, and he started trotting decently.
Nice. That's all you got to do, buddy.
That's a good boy.
Very nice now. This is good. Just keep trying to push it out a little bit so it's a little bit wider circle. You're kind of falling into the center.
That's a good boy. That's it.
Very nice. Once again, for those of you watching this, you notice we bring these side reins in the upper position. If the horse weren't ready to do this, it would just put its head straight in the air. So the side reins like this are not keeping the horse over the way they do when you put them on the side and tighten them. From this position, he could just basically put his head straight in the air if he wanted to. So this shows us that everything is beginning to work correctly. He understands the concept of stretching into the contact and maintaining that position over his back, becoming more consistent every time.
That's a good boy.
You can actually see the top line lighting up and see how today there's like no belly left on this horse, is really coming up to the abdominal wall now.
Good boy.
Very nice. Keep that. Next time you come around the center line there, you can let him walk and halt and change direction.
And walk. Walk on.
And then just take that walk for a minute, if you will. See if he'll hold that working walk for a second. Side reins like that. If you can make it just a little bit more active, and to maintain it.
And walk.
That's actually quite good. They're starting to step up a little better. Like that. Very nice. Just like that.
Good boy. That's a good boy. And walk. And walk. And walk. And walk. And walk. And oh, good boy.
Very nice. Let me change directions.
Took a minute, but we got him there.
Yep.
Good job, Duke. Okay, gotta move out. Come on.
What was his breeding again? I was trying to remember. Was it part standard bred or something? I'm trying to remember what he was.
Hanoverian mix.
And Halfling or something. He had some unusual. Wasn't it part Halfling or something like that?
Yeah, he's got Halflinger in him and a little bit of Thoroughbred.
Nice there. Now just try to make it a little more active than that, so he gets just a little more than what he just wants to just coast along there doing a little bit. Keep trying to just position him a little more shoulder forward all the time, getting the hindquarters out. We're always trying to just move those hindquarters out. Even now, they're, even we're always trying to get both ends on the same circle, which is harder to do than you would think. You see him going now, he's a little bit to the inside with his hindquarters still. So we have to keep working on that. Like that, getting better. So you keep trying to widen your circle, let the rhythm slow down just a little bit, but try to do it by bringing him in and keep trying to bring his hindquarters out just a little bit more. Slow down just a little bit more. That's getting better. There. Keep that for a moment. Now go ahead and ask him to canter once.
Canter.
Good. Nice transition that time. Much better. And back to a trot again.
And trot.
Now that was one of the nicer transitions I've seen him do. He just lifted himself right up into it. That was very nice with no running. Really good there. Yeah, like that. Good. Just a little more power in that for a moment. Good. Now let him walk again.
And walk. And walk.
Now shorten your halt and shorten your side range
And
3 holes each. I want to see what happens if we bring him up just a little bit more. So 3 holes on either side.
Okay.
You always have to remember that when we're doing all this, folks, that we're always trying to, look at them and see, well, what can we take it to the next step? If we try it and then we fail, we just go back to what we did before.
You stay on this side, or you may go to his good side?
You can switch sides. That's fine. Excuse me.
Trot.
Good. Just keep trying to push his hindquarters out just a little bit on the circle there, but that's better. Good. Like that. Very nice. Going. Good. There we go. Like that. Very nice. Keep that going. Good. Right there is good. That.
Good boy.
Very nice. Very nice. Best trot yet.
Nice.
Now let him walk again as you come to the center line and just change to the side again. That was really good.
And ho.
That's the best trot we've seen out of him yet. Now I say that because he was maintaining his balance and not letting his weight dump onto his forehand.
This way. Okay, move over, buddy. Come on. Walk.
Nice. Let's keep trying to move the hindquarters out just a little bit. There we go. Good. Very good. Right there. Very nice there. Good. Good. Very good. Good. He wants to canter a little bit. Very good. And back to a trot again.
And trot. And trot.
Good. Very nice. Right there. Very good. Very good. And just in this case, actually lift up on your hand with the rein just a little bit because he's kind of dropping over further. So sometimes we want to keep them up a little bit. So it's not always like that. Very good now. So sometimes they drop over too far and we can just lift our hand a little bit like that to keep him from plunging downward quite so much. That's really good there. Really good. Really nice. Right there, we want to lift him up a little bit. So just a little upwards tug and while you move him out with the rein, with your whip again, like that. There we go, like that. So he stays up. So we want to keep that withers lifted. Once they can, like that. Really nice. Like that. Really nice, Ron. Best trot we've seen out of him yet. Keep that. Okay, he's starting to dump over again a little bit, so just a little bit of lift. We'll push the hindquarters a little bit to the outside. So a little bit of upwards on the rein there a little bit, hindquarters to the outside, like that. Bring him up a little bit, so he's trying to dump over too far there, like that. Very nice. And you want to move those hindquarters. Don't let him dump over. That's right, like that. So that's right as we start to shorten these reins, that he doesn't want to just curl over. Same thing there. Again, comes around there. He wants to dump forward. Keep it up a little bit. And once again, keeping it up a little bit. There. Good, right there. And let him walk.
And walk. And walk.
Very nice. And you can let him halt, and we're ready to get on. That was really good. By
Good
far
job.
the best trot that we've seen out of him. So you get that idea that we're not always trying to get him to flex over forward. Sometimes at that point we want to lift him up a little bit.
Yep. And it's such a slight nuance that he responds to it. It's
It
kind
is.
of cool.
It doesn't take much. And of course, it's always coupled with an idea of keeping the hindquarters moving to the outside. That's what keeps them lifting up. Keep engaging that inside hind leg, even just a tiny bit. Doesn't have to be a lot.
So when you're working cue and she doesn't have side reins on and you want her to go up into a working trot, all you're doing is just adjusting the side, or basically just the lunge line.
Exactly. I'm just making her go a little bit shoulder forward. Immediately she engages that inside hind leg and lifts right up. So that's when you know that it's all really working, when the horse will hold the position by itself. Because that's always the goal, right? Self-carriage is what we want. We don't want to hold the horse up while we ride it. I don't know if you guys saw this girl who just won this thing. I put that out. Best ride. It's been 20 years since we've seen a ride that good. The last two people riding that well were Klaus Bachenhall and Ulla Salzberger. And it's been 20 or 25 years since those two. I hope that we see that, but hers is even more correct than that other horse, Allegro, which didn't last long before the girl went in the other direction. So it'll be interesting, but this horse was so correct. That was just really a lovely test to see. So hopefully things are beginning to move in the other direction in the world of dressage. I hope so.
Did you feel that the horse was throwing its front legs out a little? I mean, even though it was somewhat, like it was balanced, but it just seemed like still it was a little over exaggerated with the front leg movement, or is that just?
I didn't think it was overly done. Not as overly as we've seen these horses doing recently. And it kept coming through behind. It's not what the front leg is doing. That's what people miss it's what the back leg is doing.
Yeah.
So if the back leg is continuing to come through, then we're good. And that horse stayed lifted through its withers, through everything it did. I mean, and it lowered behind in the Piaffe Passage. And I said, the nicest ride I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah, no, it was very, very beautiful. She did a beautiful job. Charlotte was her name, right?
Was that the girl, Charlotte Fry or something? Was her name? The last name was Fry or something. Another English person, interestingly enough. But that was so nice. Hopefully, other people will And hopefully it doesn't go the other direction, because what we saw with that Charlotte Desjardins girl, as soon as she won that first time, she started imitating the people who were going terribly, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of ended up. It just got worse and worse rather than better and better.
Well, maybe she saw that her scores were getting lower and lower, so.
Yeah. Well, and that's the point at which they retired the horse, of course. When of course the horse was then lame by that point. But I mean, that's the trouble with this whole thing is once they win one of these things, now they are out there going everywhere in the world nonstop. The poor horse never gets another break.
You too tired now to do anything?
It's not.
No, move around. Come on, get a walk. One more step. There you go. Good boy. And ho. And ho. Wait there, bud. Okay.
Okay, starting off, let's just see what kind of walk we get. Yeah, it's getting better. Just go large and keep this walk. Just keep trying to open it up a little bit, but at least it doesn't look like he's just, dragging every step here. Good beginning for him. Just keep that going. See if you can open it up a little bit more coming down this long side. See if we can get a little more swing out of the walk.
Over.
Let's get better. Good. Good. Just soften him a little. See if he'll go into a stretch for you. See if you can keep that going. But it's getting a little better, a little more active. Better than it used to be. Go ahead and keep that going. As you go large, you go ahead and change across the diagonal here.
And you know the thing about this, Will, is I'm not really using my legs much to keep him going. This is him walking by himself, which is a huge
That's what we
improvement.
want. Yeah, you're not having leg every step.
I say that now he's going sideways on me.
And just keep that going as you go large, trying to get a little more out of him on the next long side. See if we can get a little bigger step, a little more energy in it. Yeah, that's better. Good. Keep that going. That's better. And if you find he's pushing against the wall, put your whip in your outside hand. If he's pushing against the wall because you're using the whip on the inside, put your whip in your outside hand.
Yeah.
If that's the case. Is that going? Go ahead and try to walk, down like the quarter line on this other side, so you're not right on the rails. If you can just keep him to the inside a little bit. And once again, trying for a little bit more. Keep it going. Once again, trying to get a little more active out of him down the long side. Now give him a little stronger tap with the whip and let me see what he does. See if he'll open that up a little bit more. I think you can now. Tap. Gotten used to the weight. There we go. Keep it going. There. Keep open. That's better. Good. That's a better walk now. Keep that going. Much better now. Keep that. Go ahead and change the rein on the diagonal again. Once again, give him a little stronger tap with your whip. Everything's starting to stop. The engine is turning off there a little bit. So a little more. Try that again down the next long side, just like you did over on this long side. Get after him a little stronger and wake him up a little bit till he gets a little stronger step out of him.
Over. By the way, you see what he's doing when I'm walking? He like takes steps into the indoor, into the inside of the indoor. Calvin does the exact same thing. It's like they sit there and talk to each other about like what they're gonna do just to mess with us. No. That's it. Come on, buddy.
Keep that going. Now, once again, ask him a little stronger coming out of here. Get after him a little bit stronger with your whip. He needs to sharpen up a little bit. All right. That's getting better there. It's starting to get better. Keep working that. Like that. And again, down the next long side, same thing. I want to see if you can get him active enough to start to stretch in the walk, which he's not doing here at the moment. So let's try to get him even more active.
Over. I think they see the water lines on the wood. I think they like step away from it because they don't know what it is.
That's it. Leave him a little more active. Tap him again. Keep your shoulders back. Keep it going. Tap a little stronger yet.
There you go.
Yeah, like that. That's getting better. Keep it doing. Keep working that.
Over. Over.
That's getting better. That's getting better there. Keep opening that up. That's getting better. There you go. Good. Go ahead and trot if you'll go. Again, nothing with your hands. It's all about getting them active enough to get something so that you can work with your hand. Right now, just what you're doing there, just keeping your hands wide. Is this what you want to do? Not taking any contact backwards against his mouth, which is what he's expecting you to do. Even more active. Really freeze it up. Keep it going.
Come on, buddy. That's it.
That's it. Come on. Come on. Keep those shoulders back.
That's it.
Range relaxed. Tap him again coming out of that corner there as it gets it more active. Get more out of the power, more out of the engine. Keep, there you go. There you go. Good. That's good. There we go. There we go. Keep it going. Good. Good. And again, tap him. Strong tap coming out of this corner here. Turns it on. Turns on the engine. Go behind your legs. Keep it going. Tap, tap till he starts to move.
Come on, bud.
Keep him going.
Come on. Okay, come on, let's go.
Tap. And again, strong, strong, stronger tap till he opens it up. Tap. There you go. Good. There. That's better. Good. That's it. Keep it going. Tap again. Keep it going. There we go. That's better. Good.
Drop.
Good.
You got it, buddy.
Here we go. And again, open down this one side. That's better. Good. 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 Keep it. Good. Much better now. Keep it going.
That's it. Come on.
There you go. That's more like it. Good. Keep that going. Better. Keep it going. Once again, just as we've been doing, just open leading range through these corners so we're not burying them in the corners. Nice wide turns. Think of the end of the arena as just a big wide circle, half circle. Good. There you go. Good. This is getting much better. Here we go. Good. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going now. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. There we go. Good. Good. Keep it going. Try to open it up a little bit now down this one side. You can get a little more. Good. There we go. Much better. Much better there. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Down the long side. Good.
That's it. Good boy. That's it.
Good. Keep it going. There we go. Good. Getting better.
That's it.
There we go. Good. Now we're starting to get something good. Good. Much better. Keep it going. Going through those corners. Once again, that open leading rein. Just bring your right hand out to the inside, taking a little contact with the inside rein, mostly only like that. Good. Nice through that corner. Keep it going like that. Now we're getting there. Good. There we go. Like that. Keep it going.
Come on.
And now I want you to bring your hands in front of you, bring them together in front of you, with just taking a little bit of the slack out of the reins, kind of like we do when we bring him up in the reins. You're just shortening them a little bit and keeping them there in front of you. And keep that. Now I want you to actually bring his pole up a little. There you go, like that. Good. Your hands just lower in front of you, shorten the reins. Just shorten your reins and let your hands lower in front of you, but together in front of you. There, right there, right there. Let them be there. Let them be there together. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Tap, tap. Yeah, better, better. Good, right there. Keep that, keep that, keep that. Tap. Keep it. Good.
That's it. You got it.
Good. Good. Keep it. Good. Keep it going. Tap again. Get that power back out.
You got it. You got this.
Good job. Now let those hands come together in front of you again. Good.
Come on.
Yeah, keep that. Keep that. Right to that corner.
There you go.
Keep it going. Right there. Good. Keep it there. Keep it there. There you go. Good. 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 Bring him up off his forehand a little bit. Keep it there. Keep it there now. Good. Keep it there. Good. 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 Keep it there. Tap. A little more strength in it. Now, if he wants to stretch down, now let him. Now let him have a little rein in front of you, but keep him going. Keep your shoulders back. There, like that.
Come on.
Good.
You got this, buddy.
Come on. Keep it going. Tap. Keep it going like that. Good. Good. Like that.
Forward.
Good. Now let him walk.
And walk.
Now come on down to the knee. That's good.
Come on. You still have to listen to me, dude. Come on.
Still have to listen. Exactly right. Come on down to the other end.
Need to walk. Need to walk. Over. Over.
Now, when you come down the other end, I want you to go ahead and dismount, and I want to put the side reins back on in the upper position, and we're going to finish with a little strong trot out of him. That got to a pretty good place, but he needs to finish with a stronger trot than that.
Yeah.
Just to put that in his mind each day. But you got to a good place when you handled it well. Actually, we had a couple of nice moments where you had your hands up together and he was coming into a fairly decent trot. So that's why I want to finish with that.
Yep. Yeah, so this week I have to give him a little encouragement with words. Who knows what it's going to be next week, but it's a moving target.
It's getting better all the time. Takes time. Yeah, this one just definitely had a severe case of the mental turnoffs to being ridden. The brakes were severely on.
Yep. Oh, wait, you want it high. I don't know what I'm doing.
Up on top.
Force a habit there.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah. This is your favorite thing to do.
Well, he likes it better than he likes carrying somebody, so.
Oh yeah, it's true.
A choice of two. Remember, they used to say that Secretariat, the greatest racehorse of all time, was also extremely lazy. In the beginning.
In the beginning. Hey, bud. Come on. You move over. Nope. That's it. Drop.
And just go ahead and put it into a trot. That's it.
Drop.
That's it. A little more active. Yeah, Lyndon wants to give us like that. There we go. Good job. Like this. Get back to that good free trot over his back. Now that's exactly how we want him to look when you're on it. One day he will. Yeah. There. Keep that going. That's very good. Keep it there. Right there. Very nice. Excellent. Right there. That's really good. Very nice. Right there. And look how nicely engaged that top line's coming now. See, the top of the neck is all really engaging really nicely now. It's really good. Now he's starting to jump over a little too far, so there's why we'd want to lift him up a little bit with that rein a little bit, give him a little upwards, so he doesn't start to curl over. You don't want him going any lower than that. So there's where you want to give him a little upwards lift and push his hindquarters to the outside a little bit. Like that, good. See if you can get a little more power out of the trot again, just for a second. And a little moving those hindquarters a little bit more. There you go. Stays there. That little more power right there. Now let him walk again.
And walk. And walk.
Very nice. Then just go ahead and halt and change directions again. Let's go the other way. That was really good. Just exactly how we want him to look when you're on him. But you get that idea. Keep watching for him to curl over too far. He kind of wants to do that. And once again, it's always that he's trying to kind of keep his shoulders to the outside too much when he does that.
Yeah.
So there's always have to lift him up a little bit and move the hindquarters a little more to the outside.
See, I learned a new technique today. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I've actually learned a couple things today.
Right into a trot right away. A little more power in it. A little tap. A little more than he wants to give us. Yeah, like that. Good. Same thing here. So when he goes down and tries to pull the shoulder to the outside, that's when you want to push the hindquarters a little more outside. Get a little more power in it. Again, lift him up a little bit. Come up. There you go, like that. So he comes up with it. He doesn't just start to drop and throw the shoulder to the outside. Like that. Good. Keep that. Like that. Keep that trot. Really good there. Next up. That's really good. Good job, like this. Very nice, right there. Good, keep that. Good, right there, really good. Now let's through it. Very good there. Very good shot, right there. That's what we want. And ask him to halt.
And walk. And ho. Boy.
That was really nice. So that's where we want to finish every day. So if he's reluctant at all, you go back in the side range at this level, and once again, like being conscious that he's not curling over, keeping him up and getting the hindquarters out a little more. But that was really good. We saw the best trot out of him that we've seen yet.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like today, you know, the most that we brought him up the most, getting more consistent all the time.
Okay, bud. You're done.
Very nicely done. And that's the idea. We always want to finish with what we want, you know, and it won't take long. Eventually, he will get the idea.
Come on. Walk in. Come on. You can do this.
Stay awake. All right. Any questions today?
No, I mean, I think everything that we've been doing, you know, recently has really been making a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Like going large with the trotting on the lunge line, and using the side reins low and then high. All these things are really starting to really become useful, and I'm seeing a difference pretty quick.
Exactly. That's excellent. Really good work on it. All right. Excellent work today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Great job.
Next week. Yep. Sounds good.
All right. We'll take a little break here, and I guess we'll be back in a couple of minutes with Calvin.
Yep.
I'll right here. I'm gonna let my cats are out the door here. Okay, ready to go out here. Go ahead.
All right. We'll be right back. No, buddy.
See, this is what goes on because he's like, I know you. Oh, hi. We're live.
Oh, we're live? Oh,
Yeah.
great. Back again with Darcy here. Hi, you guys. Okay, how's it gone this week with him?
It's gone well. I don't know. I rode him a few times, and everything went really well. One day I took a break and just did a lunging session with him, and he was really good. I was really happy because Ron had not because he had a bad day, but he had a bad day with Duke. I think he was telling you, and he got off and started lunging, and I really wanted to take him for a walk around the property again. So I did on my own, and he was so good. No qualms about it. So that was really fun, actually.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Because that's, once again, the point of all this is so we can ride them wherever we want to ride them.
Yeah.
Get them.
And actually, I asked him for a little bit of a trot going up this very small hill, and he ended up picking up a canter, and it was kind of fun.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Start off with some lunging then today. Same thing as we've been doing. We'll stretch them, and then we can just stretch him without anything on this. Put your side reins up on top so that when we're ready to hook them up, we'll bring them up.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, they are. They're on the top. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ron might be right. I might be too hot in this sweater, but we'll see. It started cooling off. It's only like 55.
Yeah, it's cooling down here quite a bit. Not like your temperatures, but
yeah.
It's getting down to 50.
Yeah.
Got into almost down to 40 last week one night.
I actually really love this weather.
Yeah, fall was always my favorite time. I always love it when the bugs were gone.
Yes, exactly.
Flies, finally.
Come on.
And all those other things that like to munch on us.
Yep. Come on. He hasn't pooped yet, so I'm sure he'll have to.
I'm gonna do my thing.
Okay, come on. Usually, there he goes.
There he goes.
He's like, I'm telling you, I really got to go.
He's preparing himself to work.
Yep. Come on.
That's nice. Started off on a pretty good walk there once he got going.
I'm curious if he's going to try and pee.
No, he thinks he needs to pee.
I'm used to him taking a bigger stance, but he is kind of. I don't think he's going to go. Come on.
Okay. Okay, moving on.
Come on.
No.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, here it goes. He's getting himself stretched. Maybe, kind of. See if you can ask him to move again. He seems to get
more ready. Come on.
Come on, either pee or move.
He definitely seems like he wants to, but okay. Come on. Okay. I think you got to go. Come on. Oh my gosh, Calvin.
Oh, yeah, there he goes.
Maybe.
That's a great shot from behind. This is what I never understood about saddlebreds and these people of the sort, because they make them stand like this at horse shows.
Oh, right? Yeah.
How do you make them stand like they're peeing? I never understood what that was supposed to be all about.
I think you have to move now. Come on. I don't think you're going to go. Come on. There you go.
For a while.
It's like he almost knows I'll give him the break if you.
Benefit of the doubt, only for so long.
I don't
Oh,
believe you.
Here it goes. No, looks like he was trying to.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Now it's like hard to know.
Yeah. Or really just forget about it. Go ahead and ask him to trot and see if he goes.
Ready? Trot. And trot. And trot. And trot. And trot. Boy, he seems really ready to go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Once he decided he didn't have to go.
Yeah, right? Come here.
That's more like it. Yep. It's amazing the difference in how this horse looks when he finally sparks himself up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's going through his little routine there. Yeah, it's getting very nice now.
Come on.
Very good. Very nice now. Keep that. Good, very nice. Now, as you come to the center line, you can let him walk and halt and change directions, stretch him the other way. That's getting to a really good place now.
And walk. Good boy. Whoa. Yeah, that came along really nice.
Yeah.
And no cranky face, really. Come on.
Certainly better walk starting off in this direction.
Yeah, it really is.
And go ahead and ask him to trot.
And trot. Trot. Good boy. Come on.
Good, that's more like it. You can just ask for just a little bit more. I want to get just a little more push out of him, a little more lift. Good. And go ahead and ask him to canter.
Ready? Canter. Come on. Canter. Come on.
And back to a trot.
And trot.
There, good. Very nice. Keep that. And you can let him halt and put the side reins on.
Whoa. Good boy.
Very good. Once he decided to start moving.
Yeah. You're a good boy. Okay. Ready, Calvin? Come on. Come on. And walk.
Okay, wake up again, Calvin.
Come on. We're not done yet.
Goes back to sleep.
Come on. Walk. That's a boy.
That's a little more like it. Good. Just keep that walk for just a moment. See if people develop a good working walk here for us.
And walk.
Well, you can go ahead and trot if you want to. Just go ahead and send him on.
Trot. Go ahead. What are you doing?
A little top of your whip there, a little more power in it.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, we're getting better now.
And trot.
Well, it's getting better. Keep that going.
Yeah, Mom. Yep. There you go. Come on. Trot.
That's getting better. Go and walk down the long side there a little bit.
Oh.
Moving. Yeah.
I missed
go ahead.
it. Sorry.
It's all right. Go ahead down this end, then we'll try to open this trot coming back the other way. Now go ahead and circle down here until he gets settled into the bridle again. These hindquarters out a little bit. Good, like that. Getting better. That's getting better. Good. Now try to lengthen down the next. Oh, it's going to canter. Go ahead and stay on the circle there until he comes back to the trot again.
And trot.
That's getting better now. Now see if you can do a little lengthening down the long side. Got to be behind him, and you got to start to move with him, right at his shoulder. Start to move with him. Start to move with him. Better, good. See if you can get a little more. Good, like that. Good beginning, anyway. Come back onto a circle again. And once again, just finding his way into the stretch again there on the circle, finding contact again.
Come on.
Just keep going. That's getting better. Now try to lengthen again down the next long side. Start to move with him now so you can keep up with him. That was a little better. There we go. Good. He got a little bit rounder that time and back onto a circle again.
Come on.
Let's just stay on the circle here and let him settle into this. Being a little bit fussy here today.
Yeah, he is a little fussy, right?
Let's just let him settle into that. Maybe he still has to pee.
I did think of that.
We didn't let him. Gonna keep that going. That starts to settle in. Usually a little more settled than this. Keep it going. Different day though, you never know. That's looking better now. Settle in. Keep that. I want to keep him going like this for a minute now that he's settled into it. That power right there. Much better now. Now let him walk and halt and we'll change directions.
And walk. And go. Good boy. Oh, I know. You're working hard, aren't you? Okay. Ready? Come on.
You're just trying to keep adding a little power to that walk. So you could get him to step up a little more like that. Better. And you go ahead and trot.
Ready? And trot. Good boy.
Happier on this side for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Keep that. That's getting much better now. Keep that. Good. Keep that. It's a good trot now. Much better. Very nice. Right there. Good.
Trot. Good.
Good. Very nice right there. Really good. Right there. Excellent trot. That's just where we want him. Right there. Now ask him to canter again.
Ready? Canter.
Good, 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 good. Good. I like how he's stretching into that That's really good, mechanic. Really nice. Now back to a trot. That was good.
And trot. Come on, trot.
And now for this last couple of moments here, just try to position him a little more shoulder forward on your circle so you can get his hind foot out just a little bit more. That really good right there. Right there is really good. Just there. Keep that. Really nice, right there. Keep that right there, really good. And you can let him walk.
Walk. Good job.
Oh, much better downward transition that time.
And
And you can let him stop and we're ready to get on. That was good.
okay.
Once he's settled into it, finally there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to poop again. He has a lot of gas again today.
He actually
You know
looks
what's
a little-
interesting? As soon as you told me get his hind end out, he let go of a lot more.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Probably because, you know, they're kind of engaging through their, yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it. They start pushing up.
Yeah. I mean, it must
And
be
of course-
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm glad yeah.
That's
Come on.
one of the many benefits of stretching horses is it lets them get out so that they can go to the bathroom. You know?
Okay, whoa. Good boy. I was saying to Ron last week, I felt like I was so like holding my back from the cold because it was like one of our first really colder days.
Oh,
I was like, I should get one of those, like, they have those warm patches for people with back pain. I
Oh,
felt
yeah?
like I needed it on my back last time. Just because, not that I had pain, but just because I felt myself being like kind of stiff. The longer the winter goes, the more easy it gets easier. You feel kind of acclimated to it.
yeah, once you get used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go out fox hunting 3 days a week in the snow.
Yeah. People do it.
At 4
for
o'clock in
sure.
the morning.
Yep.
How did I ever do that? What was wrong with me? That was fun. But you usually weren't cold. Once you got going, unless you had a really slow day, it was usually pretty good.
won't stop. You're relentless. And it's funny because I don't even normally come out with treats, so it's funny that he like knows today I have them. You don't get
Well, they have big
Nope.
nostrils. I think they can smell them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And it's funny because he loves these new ones that we got, which are like this apple banana combination. Sounds
nice.
horrible to me.
That sounds good. Q loves bananas. Banana peels, whole bananas.
Yeah.
Other horse won't touch them.
Yeah, well, he thought they were really weird at first, and now he loves them. We also give him watermelon rinds sometimes in the summer.
Oh, yeah. They love watermelon rinds. They get some slurpy mouths after eating watermelon.
They do. Who doesn't love watermelon? I love watermelon.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, they love the watermelon. Not just the rind. That's a nice walk. Keep that going. Nice active walk going large. Yeah, good. I'm liking this. Look at that. Really nice walk. Wow, that's a really nice walk today. How's that feel to you? That's the best walk I've ever seen him have just come out and have. It's active. It's moving forward. He's stretching into the contact. That's really a nice walk right there. Just keep that going large. That's a very happy walk you have right there. Go ahead and take the diagonal and change the reins. You just keep this going, just this strong. Nice, steady, active, reaching into the contact. Feels like it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah, this is really good, Darcy. Keep this going. This is really a nice active walk. Go ahead and same thing. Just go large doing this. Down, left, alongside. See if you can get it to lengthen even a little bit more. That's really good. Wow, this is so nice. You feel how does it feel like it's just going underneath you on its own steam? This is really the best walk I've ever seen him do. Really, really nice.
It feels really good too.
It's just carrying you along like you're in a boat going down the stream, as it should be. Go ahead and turn by the center line, do a little bit of leg yield to the left, just keeping it going like this is really nice.
I think he's gonna poop. Maybe I'm wrong. Are you pooping? No, you're not. Now, see, I shouldn't have let him do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a thing we want to let them go if they want to, but it can become problematic. I mean, once again, if they start thinking, oh, if I act like this, don't think they're not smart enough to know that. Keep that going. Now, once again, finding that big active walk where you had a minute ago, a little more active, see if you can lengthen it down the next long side again, but I really like it. Let's go ahead and change on the diagonal again. Now, if you were out going cross country, this is just how you'd like a horse to walk down the trail, just the way you have him right now. Active, stretching out in front of himself so we can see where he's going.
Not like this, though.
He's starting to slow down a little bit there. Here we go. Like that. Good. That time it was nice how he just came ahead of your leg just then, though. That was nice. Go ahead down the center line and do a leg yield to the right. Try to keep that same active rhythm all the time.
think he's gonna poop this time.
Now he's gonna.
You're okay.
Good boy.
Okay. But normally I can't even get that walk out of him until he does that, you know?
That's really good. Now let's see if we can bring him up into a working walk. So I want you to just bring your hands together in front of you, shortening your reins a little bit as you go, but trying to keep exactly the same step. All we're doing is bringing his pole up a little bit. If we can, if he's ready to, we will. Of course, you might have to encourage him a little bit. I mean, sometimes with one like him. Gonna keep that going. A little more power in it. Bring him up just a little bit more. So we can ask him to be a little bit more on the bit there a little bit. Bring it up a little bit more in your hands like that. Good. Keeping it active like that. Good. Really nice. Keep that walk like there. Keep him up there now. Really good now. Very good. Keep that walk. By far the best walk I've seen this horse have. It actually looks like it's propelling itself. And go ahead and change across the next diagonal, keeping this working walk. That's the way you have it. Don't let it get any less energetic. In fact, keep trying to build a little bit more in it. Keep this pole where you have it now. Now he's getting a little flat and kind of stretching out now. So now I want to bring him up, ask for a little more power in it so he begins to come under you as you stretch up in the saddle. And try to become that focal point on top of the horse that the horse is balancing underneath. Ask for a little more power in it. Bring him up just a little bit. We're going to see if we can bring him up into a little more of a working walk. Bring him up a little bit more. And shoulder forward down the next long side. A little more power. Feel it beginning to lose energy there. So stretch up, little tap of your leg or your whip, or both. For some reason the camera keeps wanting to go in the other direction when you get right there. What's this thing doing? It just went up.
Did you get me or no?
No, it has lost you. All of a sudden it went left and it's stuck over on B. Yep, where are you? There you are. Now it's got you again. That's weird. Yeah, nice shoulder in right there. Yeah, good.
Except you caught my foot on the wall.
All right, good. Keep that right there. Very nice. Now go straight down the center line and change the rein. Just go straight down the center line. Keep him up a little bit. Try to be conscious when he's kind of flattening like he is there. Everything just kind of fell apart a little bit. Now straight between your two legs, change your whip, and again, a little tap, bring the impulsion up underneath you a little bit more, kind of flattened out. So let's bring that, turn on the motor just a little bit more and see if we can bring them back up underneath you again as you track the left and shoulder forward down the next one side. Now bring him up. So you let him get too flat. He's kind of dropped down. We no longer have our working walk. He's got just kind of the energy's kind of dissipated a little bit. That's getting better. Good. Now put him a little more shoulder forward now. Tap with the whip and use the shoulder forward to help you build a little more energy and bring him back up underneath your back again, like that. There you go. Keep there. Good. Tap again. More energy up underneath you. Now again, circle here, big circle here, keeping them up. Think of trying to keep a little more keep a little shoulder forward around the circle.
He's like bending the opposite way.
Yeah, it needs a little more. You want to go to the left. There you go. So your right leg is back, your left leg is where it is. Bring him a little more shoulder forward. Try to push the hindquarters out. So look to your left. Look to the center of the circle so you know where the center of the circle is. Now bring his shoulders into the inside a little bit by bringing both hands a little to the left. Now a little tap of your whip to make it a little more powerful. So you get a little more power in it in the shoulder forward. Tap. Bring him up a little bit. You're letting him flog down. Or it's just means dropping down too much. So keep him up a little bit in the reins now. But you have to add a little more energy in it. Again, same thing. Putting a little more shoulder forward. Got to swap ends. He's got the shoulders to the outside. Look to the center of your circle again so you know where you are again. Now bring the shoulders around when you do. Look to the center of the circle. Bring his shoulders to the left by bringing both hands to the left. Bring both hands to the left, to the inside. A little more active off of your inside leg. So tapping with your whip behind that inside leg a little bit, getting that little more respect to it there. Like that. Good. Better now. Now stretch him all the way down and go large and open the walk as you go large and stretch him down. Little tap of your whip, he's kind of died just then. So once again, and whenever I say to use your whip, I always mean to use your leg too. But when he doesn't respond, we've got to be very quick to tap with the whip so he doesn't just go to sleep. Remember, that's what the whip is for, is to teach them obedience to the leg. That is to back it up, so to speak, so that we don't have to kick with our legs. And keep that big stretch. Now go ahead and change the rein on the next diagonal. Keep the big stretch going. Try to lengthen across the diagonal now. Yeah, much better stretch now. Keep that going. Now really ask him to lengthen coming across here, using your legs alternately as you feel that inward swing. Your legs go from side to side. Really nice big walk. Keep that going. Really good power in it now. Keep that going all the way across there. Keep it going. A little more. Good. Now, as you start to come to the rail, shorten the reins and bring his pole up. Now think of the shoulder as the corner, just a little bit of shoulder in. As you bring him up, you're going to use the corner to get control of the outside shoulder. As you bring him up, keep bringing him on up, little tap of your whip, shortening your reins a little bit onto a circle here, thinking of you're going a little bit shoulder forward on the circle. So like we did before, look to the center of the circle and bring your hands to the right. Bring his shoulders to the right while you bring his hindquarters to the left. Off of that inside leg. A little tap, a little sharper tap of your whip there. Bring him up underneath you. Really stretch up and feel the horse come up underneath your back. A little more. Tap again. Needs a little more energy in it. That's better. Better. There you go. Now it's getting better. Now shorten your reins and bring them in front of you a little more. Shorten your reins a little bit and bring your hands in front of you a little more. There. Like that. Keep them up there. Now tap and move the hindquarters over again. Now we kind of lost a little bit of energy, so let's see if we can shake up the bottle a little bit and get a little more activity in the step, a little more energy in the step. Good. Looking to the center of the circle. Where are you? Do you know where you are in relationship to the circle? Bring those hindquarters on around to the right, hindquarters around to the left. Like that. Tap a little more. There. That's better. There. Now you're getting it. There you go. Good. That's what, remember, that's what the shoulder for is how we get control of the back. That's good here, like this, and that's why we do it on one side at a time. It's only much later that the horse gets strong enough to hold it straight. Starting to fall apart a little bit, so outside rein a little bit. Think of where the hindquarters are, moving. A little tap of your whip, get a little more active again. Keep those hands together up in front of you there. That's coming together really nicely. Kind of dying a little bit now, though. Come on, tapping with your whip there. Let's wake him up a little bit again. Tap. Come off of the rail, come off the rail and onto a circle. Yeah, get your whip in your outside hand if you need to. Tap. There, better there. Keep him there. You got a little more power. There you go. Now you've got it. Good. Now bring him up a little bit in the pole. So bring him up a little bit, keeping that power in it now. There. Softening him into that. Keep it. He's still a little bit flat. Move the hindquarters a little bit more to the outside. So you feel the back come up underneath you a little bit more. Bring your hindquarters, bring your hands a little bit to the right. Tap again, a little more actively. Get a little more energy out of him. Tap, tap, a little stronger, a little stronger. Make him step up. Tap, tap, tap. There, like that, like that. Much better now. Now you've got it. There. Now ask him to trot. Not bad. And let's go ahead and stretch him to start with. Go ahead and let him stretch all the way down. Get him moving and active. Keep that going. Keep working on that till we get the stretch in this direction. There you go. Now we're getting there. Wanting to reach into it anyway. Keep working that. Tap again. Needs a little more power out of the back end again. Kind of dying a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Good job. Like that. Keep that. Keep the power in it. Keep it swinging through. A little more power again. That's why we lost the stretch, because he suddenly shut off a little bit. There you go. Good now. Much better. Keep it. Keep going. A little more active again. Tap. He's losing it again. Kind of sucking back. Keep it going. Keep it going. There you go. Much better now. Keep that. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now bring your hands together in front of you. Now we're going to bring him up a little bit. He's already come up a little bit, but we're going to ask him to soften into this position. There you go. Like that. There, right there. Good job. Right there is good. Keep that right there. Good. Now, when you feel him go flat, like right there, he gets a little bit flat, then you have to balance him by asking for a little more activity and then soften him with the reins. So it's a subtle juxtaposition between the driving aids and the restraining aids without ever conflicting them. So in other words, we don't just take a hold of the horse's mouth and kick to make it go while we hold pressure. That doesn't work. Keep that going. A little more tap, get a little more active up in the where it reins again. Keeping that working trot, positioning him a little more shoulder 4 on your circle there. A little tap, stretch up. Good, keep it there. Good, that's getting better. There now. Good, now go large down the long side. Now try not to let him flatten out when you go straight. So think about balancing him a little bit with your outside rein. Once you get on this rail there, straightening him. Hands in front of you there. Good, go large. That. Keep that and go large. Straight ahead of you, right there, not bad at all. Good, keep that right there, good job. Now, this end after the center line, turn and leg yield to the left. A little more step over, there you go, got it. Now right away, stretch up and bring him onto a circle to the right. Think about bringing the shoulders a little bit to the right. Think about we're trying to position him a little shoulder 4. Every time we do a circle, we're trying to get a little bit shoulder 4. Why? Because they're usually, like he is right now, his hindquarters are to the inside. So we need to get them a little bit more to the outside and get control over them. Same thing again, circling again. Come a little further down the long side. For some reason, the camera wants to lose you down there. Right there. Now circle there in the middle of the long side. There, much better trot there. Keep that. Good job. Bring those hands together in front of you again and ask them to soften. Now hindquarters a little bit to the outside. A little tap of your whip to get a little more power in it. Bringing your hands to the right a little bit, keeping the shoulders, trying to get him a little bit more shoulder 4. That's better. Now go large again down the long side and straight. Change the rein across the next diagonal. Now try not to let him just flatten out as you make this turn. He got a little bit wide, kind of lost his back a little bit. So think about the next corner. Every time you make a corner, every time you turn, every time you circle, it's a moment to think about that little bit of shoulder 4 to help you get the horse's frame back in the position that you wanted it. Now go ahead and circle down there again. Once again, getting him a little more off of your inside leg, thinking of the shoulder 4 on the circle. Good, like that. Good, and ask him to soften a little bit more so we get a little more flexion. Once again, both hands come to the left a little bit. Try to get the hindquarters a little bit more on your circle. Once again, look to the middle of the circle and see if you can tell where you are on the circle to get him a little bit more shoulder 4. Like that. When you look at the center of the circle, then you can gauge where you are on the circle, that you're not just falling out or falling in as you see him doing there. Same thing again. Keep those eyes on the center of the circle and move the hindquarters out a little more, all the way around the circle. Don't let him fall in as you come around this other side over here. Don't be afraid to give him a tap with your whip if he starts falling into your leg as you come around there. That was better that time. Keep that going now. Little tap. Now I want you to lengthen the stride rising down the next long side. When you come out of the next corner, give him a little tap with the whip and see if we can get him to push through and just open up a little bit. And go. Little opening right there. Tap. Nice. Yeah, good, good, good. Keep it going. That's not bad. Now just settle him right there now. Go large. That's good. Keep that. Once again, control those shoulders as you make your turn there. Good there. Onto a circle here. Thinking of right away. Look to the center of your circle and ask him to come a little bit shoulder 4 on your circle. Both hands come a little inside. Give and take to soften his mouth a little bit. Soften it. Keep him on the circle, tap, tap, without doing too much. If you soften too much, the horse quits. There, like that. Nice there. Good frame there. Now go large again. Don't let him fall out of the frame when you get right there. Just keep yourself stretched up. Good. Now shoulder 4 down the next long side. And of course, that's why we do so much shoulder 4 on the long side, because it teaches you to do it on a circle as well, which is even more important. Keep that good. Keep that frame. You're doing a great job. Keep that right there, right there, right there. Keep the same rhythm, the same energy, the same position. A little bit shoulder 4, like that. Like that. Good job. Keep that coming down the long side. Really nice. Keep it going. Now lengthen going away from you this time, up the next long side. That's for a little more power. Try to build the power now, and then you put your legs down and release it and push through a little bit stronger with your seat, so you take a longer stroke of your seat. Like that. Very nice. Good job. Think of this next corner as a moment to balance it. Now, you remember, we never want to bury the horse's head into the corner. We want to decide when the circle is going to happen, when the turn is going to happen. So we control that. Now, in the center, again, circling. Right away, looking to the center of your circle, creating a little shoulder 4 position as you make your circle to the left. Like that. Good job. There. Make sure he's off of your inside leg. Very nice. Keep that going around your circle. Tap. A little more power in it. Good. Now let's give him a stretch all the way down. Keep going like that. Good job. Keep that power in it. Keep it going. That's really good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good. Now bring him right back up off the floor again and go large. Keeping that same rhythm. Really good. Right in the middle of this short side, you're going to ask him to canter. Don't even think about it. Just ask him to canter. Use your voice. Come in right there and canter. Very nice. Go long. Keep that. Very nice. Just about like that is plenty. That's really good for him right there. Very nice. Now back to a trot. And on to a circle here. Controlling him, putting him a little bit shoulder 4 on your circle, so we right away begin to bring the frame back to where we had it before we started that lovely canter transition. Getting him a little more shoulder 4, a little more on the bridle, soften him a little bit more there. Keep that. That's it. Good job. Now go large. Keep that. Really good work. Right there. Keep it. Don't stop. All the way around. Go large and change the rein across the next diagonal. Really good trot. Right there. That's a good working trot for him. Remember, control your corners. Don't let the rail control the corners. You decide when the horse starts its corner, depending on the size of the horse. Very nice. And go large. Keep this. Really nice working trot here. Good job. And go large. Keep that going. In the middle of the short side, ask him to canter. Stretch up, getting balanced. Feel like you got it. That's really good. Really good work. Very nice.
Ready?
Yeah.
Canter. Okay.
Now slow down because you just ran. So now slow it down and balance it. You just let him run too much. Slow it down, get a little more balanced. Good. Now don't say ready, prepare him. Now ask for the canter. Right
Ready?
there. No, don't say ready, say canter.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Good. There. Really good canter. Really nice. Really nice. And back to a trot on the circle here. Loving it.
Trot.
And
Good
on your
boy.
circle, right away, that working trot again, getting balanced again. Go right away, thinking you're a little bit shoulder 4. Look a little bit to the center. Keep those hands there. Ask them to soften by just closing your fingers on the reins momentarily, like squeezing water out of a sponge a little bit, but never letting it become a fight with the horse's mouth. There. Bring him a little more shoulder 4. There's your working trot right there. Wonderful. Wonderful. Excellent. Right there. Keep that right there. That's wonderful. Wonderful right there. Now go large in that trot. Lengthen down the next long side. push through, you ask with your legs, and then you take a little bit longer stroke of your seat, like that. You push it through. Very nice. Now right onto a circle right here in the working trot. Maintain that working trot. Balance him. Every circle, think about bringing him a little bit shoulder forward. Soften him a little bit with your outside rein as he's falling through your outside rein a little bit. So stand him up in your outside rein, like that. Just soften the jaw and pull just a little bit more. There you go. Really nice right there. Keep that. Keep that. Excellent. Now stretch him all the way down. Excellent work. Keep that. Keep that around the circle. Excellent.
I know.
Deeper again. There we go. Wonderful. Now bring them back up into the working position again. Right there. Shorten your range just a little bit more. Hands out in front of you. That's going to soften. Soften a little bit with your outside rein sometimes. When you feel he's falling through the outside shoulder a little bit. They're standing him up there a little bit. Good. Softening a little more flexion of the jaw and pull. Softening him. There. Really good. Really good. Really good. Keep that up there. Excellent work. Keep it right there. Around your circle. Tap. Really nice. And let him walk.
And walk. Good boy.
Darcy, that was the best ride you've ever had, I would say.
That was a really good ride.
That was really fantastic. Canters in both directions, and really a nice canter in both directions.
Yeah.
Now. You know, and a perfect example how, you know, when horses have bad canters, don't canter them.
Yeah.
When they get good, they get over their backs, all of a sudden they can canter.
Good boy.
That was wonderful. Wonderful work today. But how lovely, I mean, you know, right from the beginning, that walk was active and nice. He had an engine,
Yeah.
you know, sitting up and supporting you. You now have something that you can really ride and not trying to shut off on you. And certainly not looking at the exit doors anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I
really,
mean, once in a while I can sense he's like, I don't want to do this. But he comes through it so much easier, you know?
Yeah, exactly. He's convinced now that, okay, if I just do it, I get it over with. But you can see he actually looked like he was really enjoying it today. I mean,
when he gets in that mode of like that rhythm and stuff, he feels so like, I don't know, it just felt really happy and comfortable. And
exactly.
to be honest, like today was one of the first days I felt like I could stop using like moving aids, driving aids, you know, like
yeah.
I felt like there were moments where I had to remind myself, oh, he's actually just going, like relax.
You have a
know?
motor, exactly,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what we want. So everything that we've been working for is now starting to come together for you. It's really doing a wonderful
Good job, Calvin.
And you know, Duke is just a little behind him, but he'll get there. Won't be long.
I think so too.
I think reluctance about. I mean, the thing about him is he really learned to fight people. You know, that fight being ridden. You know, that I feel somebody on him, but he'll get to the other side of it. They always do. If we keep working them correctly and not in any way that's traumatizing them. They get over it. Any questions today?
No, I don't think so. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. This is really working out well.
That was really one for the record books, and you're really getting over the hump. And really, you really rode it well. The canter, you're really sitting up in the canter instead of looking. And once again, part of that is because the horse can now actually canter instead of, you know, when horses' backs are down, they're throwing you all over the place in the canter. I mean, you know, beginners get these horses that can't canter, and then they wonder why they can never learn to canter. Well, it's you can't, you know, because the horse can't canter.
Yeah.
So really great job today, you guys. Excellent work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really great job with both. See you both same time next week.
Sounds good.
So, yeah. Okay.
Excellent. All right, you guys, and thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you are learning a lot from watching these and what to expect when you see these guys going through what they're going through. As I say, this day was the first day this horse really had a working trot, and once again, meaning that it kept completing itself. You know, that's the whole point. When they start to work, they work through their backs, and you get to that point where you're not having to struggle with every stride, the way you're still having to do with Duke, but he'll get there too.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, great work today. See
Thank
you all
you.
very soon.
Thanks,
Great.
Will.
See you
See you next week.
in your eyes.